right, we have a no delivery in. This is from our friends over at Kino Lorber. This is their April 4K UHD slate. I've had this for a week now, but I've been reeled down. I was hit hard with a really bad cold and so on. So I wasn't able to open it up until now. So let's open up this baby and check out what we have. Alright guys, so first up we have Career Opportunities on 4K UHD and Blu-ray. This is also a remastered Blu-ray. The 4K is from the 35mm negative with both HDR and Dolby Vision grading. And take a look at those nice extras. We have an audio commentary, 2 audio commentaries. We also have interviews with the actors and the crew. This came out in 1990, 91, and I mean Jennifer Connelly in this movie is just awesome. This was just a really fun movie. I owned this one back in the day when it came out on VHS. I owned it on DVD. I got the Kino Lorber Blu-ray as well, and so I was really happy that this came out on 4K UHD. Now, what's going to be interesting is I believe the previous Blu-ray release from Kino Lorber is also struck from the 4K scan. So I'm curious to see if the Blu-ray, how much improvement there really is between that Blu-ray and this new 4K UHD. Obviously, we have the 2160p resolution and the HDR Dolby Vision grading, but you know, sometimes the improvements, the differences are very subtle. So I'm really curious on this one. Keep an eye out for that 4K versus Blu-ray comparison of Career Opportunities. And then next up we have is Goldie Hawn, Chevy Chase in the classic Foul Play, also starring Rocky Sparage's Meredith and Dudley Moore. This is in 4K UHD, and this is struck from the original 35mm negative and 4K scan with HDR and Dolby Vision grading. We also have an audio commentary there and a featurette and some trailers. I haven't seen this movie probably in 30 years. I barely remember anything about it. Paramount Pictures put out a 1080p Blu-ray of this more than a few years ago, and I was able to get a copy of that file from a friend of mine, and so I will be doing a 4K versus Blu-ray comparison of this because I'm hearing the differences are really outstanding. With some color correction, appropriate colors, the detail quality, you name it, it's got it. So I can't wait to do this 4K versus Blu-ray comparison of Foul Play. It came out on the year of my birth, which is pretty cool. And I haven't seen this one since the mid-'80s, so I'm definitely anxious to check this one out again. And now comes the 4K from Kino Lorber that I have been anxiously waiting for, and that is Sneakers on 4K UHD. This is a new 4K scan from the original 35mm negative with HDR and Dolby Vision grading, because I do have the previous Blu-ray from Universal, and I was curious if it's the same special features. It looks like the only difference is it has an extra audio commentary, but the rest is the same as Universal's Blu-ray. But I cannot wait to check out the differences here, the improvements, how much of improvement there is between the Universal Blu-ray and this 4K UHD. Obviously, we have the higher resolution, the HDR, Dolby Vision grading. I hear from some that have already watched it that it just looks spectacular, and that they're really impressed with the 4K scan to this. Guys, if you haven't seen this movie, it is definitely one to check out. I would definitely recommend picking this one up. It is just a stat cast, and it's from the director of Field of Dreams. Yeah, I believe it is available now, if not next week at the time of filming this video. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out for the 4K versus Blu-ray comparison. I'm really anxious to check that one out between this Blu-ray and the 4K. And Kino Lorber's 4th 4K UHD presentation for April, we have Andy Garcia in Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. It also stars Christopher Walken, Christopher Lloyd. This is a stat cast. This is Steve Buscemi. This is one that I never actually got around to seeing back in the day. It came out in 95. I don't know why, I just never got around to seeing it, but I've always wanted to see it because I heard such good things about it. This is a new 4K scan from the original 35mm negative with HDR and Dolby Vision grading and some really nice special features there. These ones in bold are newly special features. Now, this never got a Blu-ray release here in the States. I believe it had a Blu-ray release in the UK, but not here in the States. All we had was a DVD. So we finally have this film, not just on Blu-ray, but on 4K UHD. So if you have seen this movie, thanks to doing Dividend When You're Dead, let me know in the comment section, do you recommend it? And the final two 4K UHD presentations for April from Kino Lorber, we have two John Wayne movies, Sands of Iwo Jima and then Donovan's Reef. And both of these have been remastered from the original 35mm negative on 4K with HDR and Dolby Vision grading. So yeah, definitely cannot wait to check both of these out. Now I do have the Blu-ray to Sands of Iwo Jima, so I will be doing a 4K versus Blu-ray comparison of Sands of Iwo Jima, but I do not own Donovan's Reef, so I probably won't be doing a 4K versus Blu-ray comparison of that unless I can find a file or a Blu-ray to do that with. What's interesting too is I just noticed this. They both have the same runtime, 109 minutes. That's pretty interesting. Anyways, guys, yeah, so these are the two John Wayne movies that are out on 4K UHD from Kino Lorber this month of April. Alright guys, so that's what we have from Kino Lorber on 4K UHD for the month of April. And Kino Lorber keeps hitting out of the park with the 4K UHD releases. Every month they're bringing out between 5 to 6 4K titles. Yeah, I cannot wait to dive into each one of these. But let me know in the comment section, guys, if you have ordered any one of these, which ones you're definitely looking forward to on 4K UHD. And let me know which ones you want to see the most of a comparison of between the Blu-ray and the 4K. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Huge shout out to Kino Lorber for sending these to us to review and showcase. And as always, guys, keep physical media alive.